Man, though, like if you would cut the microphone on like 2 seconds later, man, earlier we would have caught the storm rumbling. Yeah, man. Try to stay above that water though, you smell me? Look, I gotta keep it real. All I think about is me up on the battlefield. And my ancestors working in that cotton field. I'm separated from my culture, don't care how you feel. Alcohol is legal, but who died behind the wheel? Marijuana heals, tobacco kills, just like them pills. Illuminati control who get dollar bills. It's Holocaust in the ghetto just to pay bills. I tell my grandma it's a war, but she don't see it. I'm a human being, Lord help if I'm bleeding. The government say I'm a felon, I can't have a gun. They want me to be a victim just cause they still got one. But I'm protect myself by any means necessary. I'm on my black history, even past February. I put Allah first and making money secondary. So every girl my girl unless she married. I'm never scary, so you can never scare me. I'm focused on my future, but I'm still legendary. Without the TV, radio, computers, magazines, and media, I'ma be me regardless of opinions deceiving us. Progression, my profession, respected or check it. It's not oppression, it full of direction for the present. 24/7, the world keeps spinning. We own it, we ain't in it. It's our second, cause Allah made minutes. God got us moving. If you ain't doing nothing through the movement, then what you doing? You probably snoozing. I don't sleep, I count no sheep. I'm counting money for the rest of the whole weeks, man. Back to reality. I'm like back to reality. She might tell me what's her fantasy. Back to reality. I feel like I'm your majesty. Back to reality. Back to reality. I'm like back to reality. She might tell me what's her fantasy. Back to reality. I feel like I'm your majesty. Back to reality. What's the characteristics of a king? Of all kings, that's preparing to witness what God brings. From small things, before with English, it was Arabic, hieroglyphics. The KKK don't like who I be, they just pirates and pilgrims. Look, I be a chief, even if I was in India. Hella burn you like Gandhi if you ain't real enough. Non-violence don't always bring peace, so letting somebody kill you is suicide to say the least. Even if you the police, don't you put your hands on me. I don't care about your uniform, you still a man to me. Gotta stay strong, do it for my family, and not these fake acting mortals in living yards that abandon me. Can you see? Is you blind to the world's insanity? I sanitize the dirty minds until I know my hands are clean. My girl 10 toes down to understand my feet. My heart is like my soul, my mind over my body, so I don't plan defeat. I'm like back to reality. I'm like back to reality. She might tell me what's her fantasy. Back to reality. I feel like I'm your majesty. Back to reality. I'm like back to reality. She might tell me what's her fantasy. Back to reality. I feel like I'm your majesty. Back to reality. My mama sent me to the crazy house, man. I told her I was Jesus one day. I was like, look, you can't talk to me upon my left side because I'm not gonna listen. Sit upon my right hand. My mama sent me to the crazy house. For 2 weeks, Miss Super Jam and everything, had tickets, had some jumps, and a hotel. You smell me? I mean, everything happened for a reason. You know, I still think I'm Jesus. You know, Yeshua. I know my history take time. Yes, you gotta read. You know, tell my kids, tell my little brother, Arabic always read, man. I don't like being hypocritical though, so I mean, I gotta read. You smell me? Stay in school, do something righteous with yourself, man. Don't let these streets trick you. That motivation. Most mother, excuse my language. Told my grandma I wouldn't say Black Panther motivation on the mixtape. But I mean, for real though, it's hot. It's cool, man. 9 times out of 10, it's a handkerchief. Shout out to Poison community. You gonna get poisoned. So I'm like back to reality. Freeman.